Ethan stepped through the heavy oak door of the old mansion. Dust motes floated lazily in the air, illuminated by the late afternoon sun filtering through grimy windows. He inhaled, the stale scent of neglect wrapping around him like a thick blanket. This place was his now, an inheritance from his grandparents, a refuge from the chaos of New York. The mansion loomed large. Its peeling wallpaper and creaking floorboards spoke of a time long past. Ethan wandered through the dimly lit rooms filled with relics of his childhood, dusty books, faded photographs, and remnants of laughter that felt like whispers now. He was a pharmacy student, a loner by nature, and he needed this isolation to focus. Days turned into weeks. Ethan settled into a routine. He studied in the library, surrounded by tomes and the musty smell of aged paper. The quiet was comforting. The village was small, too small for distractions. The locals were friendly, but their curious glances often lingered too long. He brushed it off. He was here to work, not to socialize. One evening, while poring over his notes, a sudden chill slithered down his spine. The air felt different, heavier. He glanced toward the window. The moon hung low, casting eerie shadows that twisted across the floor. Something stirred in his gut, an instinct that urged him to be cautious. The following night, as he studied late, he heard it, a faint tapping sound against the window. Heart racing, he approached cautiously, peering outside into the dark. Nothing, just trees swaying in the wind. He shook his head, trying to dismiss it as nerves. But the tapping returned, more insistent. Each night it grew louder, more demanding. And then the whispers began, soft voices, indistinguishable, echoing through the halls. Ethan tried to bury himself in his books, but he couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. One night, he decided to confront it. He opened the front door and stepped outside, the cold night air biting at his skin. "Who's there?" he called, voice trembling. Silence answered him. Then he saw it, a figure darting between the trees, a flash of white that vanished as quickly as it appeared. He ran back inside, locking the door, breath coming in sharp gasps. The next day, he found something in the attic, a small trunk hidden beneath a pile of old linens. Inside were newspaper clippings, yellowed and frayed. Stories of a serial killer who had once terrorized the village, a man who had vanished without a trace. Ethan's stomach sank. The last article was dated just months before he moved in. That night, the tapping intensified, now accompanied by soft, sinister laughter. The whispers escalated into a cacophony, echoing through the halls. Panic surged within him. Suddenly, the front door burst open. A figure, cloaked in darkness, loomed before him. Ethan's heart raced. He turned to run, but the hallway stretched impossibly long. "Ethan!" the figure rasped, a voice he recognized. A voice that chilled him to his core. You should have left the past alone. It was his grandfather, or what was left of him. The twisted truth unraveled in Ethan's mind. His grandparents had hidden a dark secret here, a history of violence that had seeped into the walls, and now it wanted him too. In that moment, Ethan understood. The mansion had not offered him refuge. It had chosen him.